97.9, 105.5 KISS FM. It's Big Poppa and Banna on the Lennon's Jewelers Hotline. The one, the only, Miss Debbie Gibson. Debbie, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
Fantastic. Where are we catching you this morning?
I'm in New York City, which is my homeland. I don't live here anymore, but I've been here doing press all week, and so I'm sitting here looking at an amazing view of Central Park.
That's fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's now. Where's home base for you normally?
Out west in Vegas.
Wow.
Yes, I know.
That's
Little
out
known
there.
fact.
Listen, Debbie, there are so many jokes right now, but what brought you out to Vegas of all places?
You know, I was living in L.A., and when you live in L.A., it's like if you go to lunch, you inevitably hear somebody to your left talking about a script they're pitching. You hear somebody to your right talking about a song they're producing. It's just a different place. You know, I live kind of off the strip, out of the chaos, in a very normal, cute little town. So it's a place where I can jet off to LA for meetings if I have to, or wherever. Because I don't really have to live anywhere in particular, so it's just a cool place to live.
It's just one of those, you're just far enough away so you can be normal, but close enough so you can still get work done.
Right, exactly.
See? I got this.
No, you're very right, because I go to health practitioners and stuff in LA, because they always say the quality of what you get is going to be greater in LA.
Sure.
But it's easy. I'm a road warrior too. I jump in my car and do the drive, which is fun, and crank the tunes, and there you go. Yeah, it's just a cool place to live where the sun is shining every day.
Absolutely. Talking to Debbie Gibson on the Lennon's Jewelers Hotline. Website, DebbieGibsonOfficial.com, and you can follow her on Twitter at Debbie Gibson. New song. Talk to me about Promises.
Well, Promises is, I've been getting a lot of questions this morning about who's the target demographic, and is it a big new release? And it's actually really kind of like an by the way. It's like, you know what? It's in the movie. I'd like to make it available for people to buy if they like it. And so, it's a song that is really coming from my character more than me. So that's interesting because I'm working on new pop stuff, and the stuff that I'm working on is definitely more current sounding, and this harkens back a little more to the ballads I was writing as a teenager, because in the movie the character Jessica has hardly ever left her hometown, and she's not she went to college for music but never fully pursued it and followed her dream. And so I had to kind of wrap my head around, okay, this is not a girl who knows how to write a hit song. This
Right.
is a girl who's opening her diary and revealing herself, and it's it's sweet and it's sensitive and it's relevant to the storyline. And then in the middle there's kind of a rejoice. There's a choir, gospel choir section, because it's written for the church choir in the movie. So I can't say if I put out a new pop album there's going to be a gospel choir arrangement and anything. So yeah, but it's a very melodic ballad that's really about the fact that it's great to keep promises and make commitments to other people, but you first have to take care of yourself and keep your promises to yourself and treat yourself with the same respect that you would anybody else.
Absolutely, and we're actually going to end the interview playing a portion of Promises.
Oh, great.
So yeah, absolutely. Banna, you know what's funny is Debbie Gibson talks like we do.
Yeah.
Because we're just, because randomly we'll tell stories or whatever, and then just break out in halfway through.
No, yeah. It's a true
Oh my
story.
God.
Oh man!
Yes, we do that.
Life's a musical. Let's face it. That's what I always say. I'm
Damn.
bursting into song at least 18 times a day.
Debbie Gibson on the Lennon's Jewelers Hotline. The new song Promises is out now, and you referenced the movie a lot. The movie is The Music in Me.
Yes. Oh, I forgot. We hadn't spoken about that. Yes, The Music in Me, premiering on Up TV this weekend, Sunday at 7 p.m., and Gloria Rubin co-stars, and she's phenomenal. She sings in it as well. I don't know if people know this about Gloria Rubin. I'm sure they've seen her on ER and whatnot.
Right.
She she actually had a whole singer fantasy. So she went and toured with Tina Turner for a while as a backup singer.
Oh, wow.
I know, which I thought was so rad at the time. Yes, I used the word rad because I was like, this is an award-winning actress, and she's like, you know what? I just want to be one of the background girls and just go rock it with Tina and experience the road. And I thought that was so cool.
That's totally tubular. That's fantastic.
Tubular.
Oh my god.
Oh my
But
goodness.
Yeah, I went
that's
there.
radical. It's radical to not have the ego to be able to do something that you just want to do because it's fun.
Absolutely.
I think it's cool.
Absolutely. Debbie Gibson on the Lennon's Jewelers hotline at Debbie Gibson. DebbieGibsonOfficial.com is the website. It's got to be cool to be introduced to a new generation of fans because when we were talking about this earlier, Banna is in her early 20s. Mm-hmm. And she didn't know who Debbie Gibson was, and she didn't know who Tiffany was, and it's weird because that's how the way I explained it, and is you and Tiffany were my generation's Britney and Christina.
Yeah, similarly. I mean, it's funny because we're both very different artists than them, but yes, there was that comparison, and we were both young and all that. But yeah, it's funny. It's the 80s thing. It's been over the last few years, especially younger and younger people have been rediscovering it. And I have fans come to shows that are 16 and they have everything I've ever done, and they've gone and bought the records. They've bought the vinyl, and it's really cool because I feel like we've been saying that the 80s are back for so many years, but they're still back. They're still here.
Seriously, I'm not gonna lie. I still have the cassette tapes.
Do you have any singles?
Oh, not of you. I invested in you. I bought the full cassette.
All
I didn't
right.
buy the single.
I love saying the word single.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, that's to me, it's up there with rad. To be quite honest.
I know it really, really is. It is. And the other thing was pocket rockers. Do you remember those?
Oh yeah, they were like Walkmans, but not quite.
What is a pocket rocker?
Little basically it was the start of MP3s.
Right.
Oh wow.
If somebody had the foresight back then to realize we wanted to be able to play a song on a tiny little gizmo.
Yeah, and if I'm right, you bought it with the song already on it, right?
Yes, you did.
So so you could go to the store and buy the Debbie Gibson pocket rocker or the New Kids on the Block pocket rocker kind of a deal.
Exactly. See how much fun pocket rocker is to say? You just said it 3 times because it's rad.
Listen, Banna's gonna go out tonight. She's gonna have a couple 2-3 shots of Fireball and just say pocket rocker over and over again.
Tell her to use rad. Her assignment word of the day is rad.
I'm gonna definitely have to use
but
rad.
It's a really cool word because, like I said, it means radical, and it's radical to do stuff that's anti-establishment. It's very cool.
Absolutely. Debbie Gibson, The Music in Me on Up TV, and the new song Promises. You can grab that at Debbie Gibson on Twitter, DebbieGibsonOfficial.com. We're running out of time, and we appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Anytime you want to come on and get up early, Miss Vegas girl. Anytime you want to get up early and come on, you're more than welcome because we could chat because
for hours.
We haven't even touched on the touring stuff that you're doing, and I honestly wanted to talk the fan experiences, good and bad. There was all kinds of stuff to talk about.
I will have to schedule a part 2.
All right, so yeah, that needs to happen. All right, so it's Debbie Gibson, The Music in Me on Up TV. The song is Promises, and we're going to take you out to the part of the song. This is Promises, Debbie Gibson here on Kiss FM. Debbie, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good day, guys.
Thank you.
This is the church bar she was talking about.
Yeah. I got goosebumps.
Nice.